Liliaceae. Actually, it's a monocot family. But what is the systematic position of Liliaceae? Liliaceae is commonly called the lily family. Solanaceae commonly called the potato family. Then Fabaceae commonly called the pea family, Pisum sativum. Liliaceae commonly called the lily family. What is the systematic position of Liliaceae? It belongs to the kingdom Plantae. As usual, divisions also angiosperms flowering plant. But class actually is a monocotyledonate. Then what are the characteristics of monocotyledonate? You know that's leaf shows parallel venation, root shows fibrous root system or adventitious root system. Flower shows trimerous conditions, not pentamerous, trimerous condition, otherwise called multiplication of 3 petals, trimerous conditions. And these are the characteristics of monocotyledonate. In generally, according to Bentham and Hooker system of classification, in monocotyledonate includes 7 series, 34 families. According to Bentham and Hooker system of classification, there is no order in monocot, only series and families. 7 series and 34 families. Among the one series that is called Coronariae. Among the 7 series, one is a Coronariae, which belongs to the family Liliaceae. So Liliaceae comes under the series Coronariae. Among the 34 family, one is Liliaceae. So these are the systematic position of Liliaceae. If take the general characteristics of Liliaceae, the Liliaceae actually includes 250 genera and 4,000 species. 4,000 species. It is a cosmopolitan distribution. I mean distributed throughout the world. That is cosmopolitan distributions. Distribution more or less throughout the world. So these are the distributions of species. Only 250 genera that includes 4,000 species. It's a cosmopolitan distributions. If take the habit, some species are annual herbaceous plant. Annual, they live for only 1 year. Herbaceous is a soft and green stem, soft plant. For example, Asphodilus. Asphodilus. And some of them are shrubs. They are large size herbs called shrubs. For example, Dracena. Dracena is a shrub, but secondary growth is present. I will explain later what's called secondary growth. Dracena. Some of them are climbers. It's a big stem. They could not erect, and that is why some parts they are modified into climbers. For example, Smilex climbers and Gloriosa superba. It is a state flower. Gloriosa superba. So these are climbers. Rarely trees, for example, yucca plant. Yucca, rarely trees. So these are the habit of this family. You take the root system, it is a monocot. What are the type of root system? Adventitious root system is present. Especially for example, asparagus. In asparagus, what are the type of root system? Fasciculated root. Fasciculated root. I mean, the root developed from any other part of the plant body other than the radicle is called adventitious root system. Okay, the roots are developed from base of the stem. It's a stem, only base of the stem. They are irregular in shape and they become thick and swollen due to the storage of food material. Usually, the root develops from base of the stem. So these are called adventitious root system. Example, asparagus. And such root is called a fasciculated root. Next, if you take the stem character, maximum stems are underground stem modification. In Liliaceae, stems are underground stem modification. Some species are aerial stem modification. Underground stem modification, for example, bulb. One is a bulb, calm rhizome. Bulb, for example, onion, Allium sipa, garlic, Allium sativum. Here, especially Allium sipa, which is a edible parts, fleshy leaf base. Fleshy leaf base is edible. The stem is very much reduced stem, disc-shaped stem. It's completely enclosed by the bulb-like part. What's called bulb leaf base? The leaf base is thick, swollen, fleshy, that is a edible. Remember, in onion, which is a edible part, leaf base is a fleshy parts. Garlic bulb, it is a edible part. Another one is calm, underground stem modification. Calm, for example, Colchicum autumnale. It is the source of alkali is called colchicine. Colchicine, it is an alkali. Remember, it is used to double the number of chromosomes. So they play an important role in the polyploidy technique. Usually, normal plant contain 2 sets of chromosomes. That's a normal yielding. If the number of sets of chromosomes are doubled by using these alkalides colchicine, automatically chromosomes are doubled. As a result, they increase the yielding also. So they play an important role in polyploid breeding technique, that is called the colchicine. Remember, obtained from the plant is called Colchicum autumnale, which is belongs to the Liliaceae family, and it is underground stem calm. Next, rhizome, it is underground stem. For example, aloe vera, Cattleya, aloe vera, the underground stem. Some species are aerial, arborescent, aerial stem modification. For example, Cladode. Cladode is a green flower, one long internode stems. Green flower, one long internode stems. It's a Cladode. Cladode. It's a green. They take up the functions of leaf functions. Leaves are modified. Cladode, for example, asparagus and ruscus. Cladode is a aerial stem modification that belongs to Liliaceae, and except some species are secondary growth is present. Keep in mind, it is a neat question. Usually, secondary growth are absent in monocot. Liliaceae is a monocot family. Secondary growth are absent. Why? Because absence of cambium. Cambium is absent. So total secondary growth is absent. Except some species secondary growth present. For example, Dracena and Yucca. In Dracena, Yucca actually is a monocot plant, but secondary growth is present due to the presence of cambium. Cambium, there are 2 types of cambium for secondary growth. One is a vascular cambium, another one is a card cambium. So this cambium is present, these 2 plants, that is why the secondary growth is present. It is a neat area. Next, if you take the leaf characters, leaves are radical leaves. What's called radical? I mean, the leaves are directly come out from the underground part. Underground part. Leaves are arises from the underground part of the stem. These are called radical leaves. For example, Asphodilus. The leaves are exstipulate, stipules are absent, and alternate phyllodoxy. One leaves are attached to each one is a general character. Alternate phyllodoxy. It shows parallel venations. It is a characteristic of monocot. All the veins are run parallel to each other, parallel venation. But except some species are reticulate venations present. Important, for example, Smilax. Already we will point out Smilax. This is a leaf. Many midrib, first midrib, second midrib, third. Many midribs are arises from the base to the apex. Each midrib further branch out to form secondary veins, or lateral vein. Each lateral veins are further branch out to form veinlets. So these are the characteristics of a reticulate venation, but actually it is a monocot. Smilax is a monocot. All the monocot are the type of venation, parallel venation, except this Smilax reticulate venation. In Smilax, stipules are modified into tendrils. Stipules are modified into tendrils. These are big stems. These are called stipular modifications, stipular tendrils. So Smilax, stipules modified and the secondary growth is present. In Gloriosa superba, leaf tip is modified into tendrils. Leaf tip modified into tendrils. Gloriosa superba. And in Ruscus, leaves are modified into scales. Scales. Ruscus. In Asparagus, leaves are modified into spines. In Asparagus, the leaves are modified to spines. So these are the leaf modification and leaf character. In according to neat view, there is a reticulate veneous is present, smilex. Okay, well, the next inflorescence, general characters. Inflorescence. Generally, the liliaceae members, what type of inflorescence are? Cymose inflorescence. Flowers are arranged in cymose manner. But in some species, panicled are also called compound resin. For example, Dracena, then Yucca. But some species are spadix. For example, aloe vera. Some species are Scapagerous, cyme umbel. Scapagerous cyme umbel. For example, onion. Generally, cymose inflorescence, but some species are panicle. What's called panicle? It is also called compound resin. Flowers are arranged in racemose manner. Old flowers are base, young flowers are apex. It is opposite to the cymose. But compound, each branch shows simple resin. Each branch shows simple resin. This is a simple resin. This is simple resin. Older flowers are base, young flowers are apex. Older flowers are base, young flowers are apex. So, totally called as a compound resin. It is also called panicle. It is seen in Dracena and Yucca. Another one is spadix. What's called spadix? Inflorescence axis are fleshy, in which many staminate and pistillate flowers are found. The whole inflorescence are covered by a bowl-shaped bract is called spathe. So, in liliaceae members, aloe vera, what type of inflorescence are spadix inflorescence. So, spadix unisexual. There are unisexual, two types of unisexual. Staminate and pistillate. What's called staminate? Male flower. Pistillate, female flowers. Both are sessile flower without pedicels. So, those flowers are found embedded on the fleshy axis of inflorescence. The whole inflorescence are covered by a bowl-shaped bract is called spathe. This type of spathe are present in aloe vera. Aloe vera, it is a liliaceae members. Some species are Scapagerous cyme umbel. Then what is called scap? The scap in the sense inflorescences are directly developed from the underground part or come out from the underground part. It is a stem, reduced stem, disc-shaped stem. It produces root. It is adventitious roots. It is underground part. Bulb portion. There are two types of buds are present. These are called axillary bud. It is a terminal bud. But the leaves arise directly from the underground part. Yes, it is a leaf. The leaf base is thick and fleshy. That is a edible part. Onion. Tip of the leaf produces inflorescence. The inflorescence actually a cluster of flowers developed as a umbel. Look like a umbrella-like structures. So these are called as Scapagerous cyme umbel. What's called cyme? The lateral branches are developing a scarpioid cyme. Remember, in Scapagerous inflorescence, cluster of flowers are developed as a umbel, look like a umbrella-like structure. But the lateral branches are developed in zigzag manner. That's a cymose manner. So it is a mixing type of inflorescence. Both the resin and cymes are mixing. So this type of inflorescence is called Scapagerous cyme umbel. For example, onion. So inflorescence over. The next floral characters. Flowers are bracteate, bracteolate, sessile flower without pedicels. Sessile flower. Then trimerous conditions. dicot or pentamerous conditions. Tetra or pentamerous. Dicot, all the dicot. If take Fabaceae members or Solanaceae members, pentamerous condition, 5 petals are there. But it's a monocot. What are the characteristics of monocot? Trimerous condition. I mean either be period or in case of petals are only 3 or multiplication of 3. That's the trimerous conditions. And the sessile class, actinomorphic condition. Actinomorphic and hypogynous. Hypogynous. Flower hypogynous, ovary superior ovary, maximum actinomorphic condition. But there is some exceptions case of the exceptions also there. Exception. Lilium is a zygomorphic conditions. Zygomorphic. A flower can be divided into 2 equal halves by only one vertical plane. Zygomorphic. For example, lilium. Lily. Lilium bulbiferum. It's a binomial of lily. What are the type of flower? Zygomorphic conditions. But some other exceptions. There is a unisexual and incomplete flower. Incomplete flower are present. For example, smilax. Smilax and ruscus. Smilax and ruscus. Actually, flowers, some species are complete flower, but majority of the species are incomplete. There is no disease between calyx and corolla. That's incomplete. Any one of the word is absent, there is said to be incomplete flower. Among the 4 words, calyx, corolla, alveolus, and gynoecium, if any one of the word is absent, there is said to be incomplete flower. Maximum flowers are incomplete. But unisexual, what's called unisex, a flower with only one sex. There are 2 types. One is a staminate flower. Staminate. Another one is a pistillate. Staminate flower is nothing but a male flower. Pistillate is nothing but a female flower. If the both flowers are present on the same plant, they are said to be monoecious plant. Monoecious plant, unisexual. Male flower, female flowers are separate but present on the same plant. Unisexual and incomplete. For example, smilax and ruscus. So it is a floral character. The next perianth. Perianth. In all the dicot actually, Fabaceae and Solanaceae, after the flower actually calyx, corolla and gynoecium. That's a complete flower. But in Liliaceae, no distinction between calyx and corolla. We can't easily differentiate it into it is a calyx, it is a corolla. So they are called perianth. If the calyx is present, single unit of calyx is called sepals. Calyx is made up of sepals. If the corolla is present, a single unit of corolla is called petal. But if there is no distinction between calyx and corolla is perianth, or a single unit of perianth is called tepal. 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 I mean, perianth is made up of tepals. Total number of tepals are 6 tepals. The Liliaceae generally 6 tepals. How they are arranged? 2 words of each 3. 3 plus 3. 2 words. First word, second word. 2 words of each 3. One word. I mean, it is a inner word. It is outer one. Outer 3, inner 3. Total number of tepals are 6, arranged in 2 words of each 3. That is a gamophilous. Gamophilous. If the sepals are fused, gamosepalous. If the petals are fused, gamopetalous. If the period is fused, they are said to be gamophilous. Gamophilous condition fused with one another. Okay, it's showing wall weight distributions. Wall weight distributions. I mean without overlapping. Tuple 6 arranged in 2 walls of each 3. Gamophilous showing wall weight distributions. The next Ambrosian. Ambrosian. Total number of Ambrosian made up of stamen. Total number of stamens are 6 stamen. It is also arranged in 2 walls of each 3. 2 walls of each 3. They are attached to the period, so they are said to be epiphyllous. In Solanaceae, epipetalous. Stamens are attached to the petal, epipetalous. In Liliaceae, stamens are attached to the period, so they are said to be epiphyllous condition. Yes, it is also arranged in 2 walls of each 3. Stamen. Outer stamen. Outer stamen. It is the inner stamen. Inner stamens. So total number of stamens are 6 stamens arranged in 2 walls of each 3. They are attached to the period, so they are said to be epiphyllous conditions. Epiphyllous conditions. The next is except some species. Then excepts. For example, Paris. Paris is a plant. They contain total number of stamens are 8 stamens. In the 8 stamens are arranged in 2 walls of each 4. 4 plus 4. Outer walls are 4, inner walls are 4. So there is exception cases are there. In general descriptions, total number of stamens 6 stamens. Total number of tepals also 6. They are both are arranged in 2 walls of each 3. But in the stamens actually some species in Paris it is a plant. Total number of stamens are 8 stamens. They are arranged in 2 walls of each 4. Another one is in Ruscus. In Ruscus, total number of stamens are only 3 stamens. All the 3 stamens are present only in the inner wall, not outer wall. Present only in inner wall. Outer walls absence. So there is exception case. The next is Gynoecium. Gynoecium. Ovary superior. Tricarpillary. Syncarpus. Then trilacula. Trilacula. So we axial placentation. Yes. That's all. Trilacula, tricarpillary, volutes, axial placentations. Tricarpillary, syncarpus, trilacula. The carpels are fused with one another. If you take some species, for example, onion, gynobasic style is present. Gynobasic style. I mean, the style is directly arises from the middle basal part of the gynoecium or ovary. It is a gynoecium. It's a style. The style arises from the middle base part of the ovary. Such style is said to be in question gynobasic style. It is present in onion. Gynobasic styles are present in onion. The next seed, other type of seed, endosperm seeds. Endosperm. Food is stored in the endosperms. Only Fabaceae are non-endosperm seeds. Solanaceae also called endosperm seeds. Liliaceae also endosperm seeds. Food is stored in the endosperm. Endosperm is not completely consumed by the embryo. The next pollination. Neat question. Pollination in Liliaceae, it is carried out through a special insect. Special insect is called Proniba eucocella. Proniba eucocella. It is a moth or insect. Remember questions in the area. The insect actually, they should pollinate only the special trees is called yucca. Without these yucca trees, they can't survive the species, or especially the insect. The Proniba eucocella insect, it can't survive because it provides food. They absorb the food from only this plant alone. And based on their mutual relationships, yucca plant and also the Proniba eucocella insect, they are mutual relationships. If the insects are there enter into the yucca plant flower, they absorb the food. It is the only source of food for the eucocella moth or insect plant. And if they visit to the another flower, they get pollinated. So plant get pollinated with the help of this insect. The insect it absorbs the food from only this flower alone. So both plant this insect are mutual relationships. So if you are destroy this yucca tree, definitely this type of insect can't survive. So these are symbiotic relations are also called mutual relationships. It's special type of insect. Next floral diagram. The next floral diagram of Liliaceae. Actually, it's a perianth, no disease between calyx and corolla, but the perianth made up of tepals. Tepals are arranged in two walls of each tree. So these three are inner walls. 1, 2, 3 are inner walls. These three are outer walls. 2 walls of each tree. And the total number of stamens also 6 stamens attached to the perianth. So there is to be epiphyllous condition. Epiphyllous. Then gynoecium, tricarpary, syncarpus, trilacus, and many ovules in each lacus are axial plus conditions. If you write the floral formula, bractate, because bract is present. Then E bracteolate, EBRL, bracteoles are absent. Then actinomorphic conditions. A flower can be divided into two equal halves or to more than one median longitudinal thread. Actinomorphic conditions. Then bisexuals. Both the sex organ present on the same flower, bisexual. No distinct calyx and corolla. So perianth. Perianth. The perianth total number of tepals are 6 tepals arranged in 2 walls. So 3 plus 3. But all the tepals are fused by Ballgame distributions. Fused, that's bract. Perianth. Then androecium. Number of stamens are 6 stamens. It is also arranged in 2 walls of each tree. I mean, this 1, 2, 3. These 3 stamens are outer wall. 1, 2, 3. These 3 stamens are inner wall. So it is also 3 plus 3. 2 walls of each tree. But the stamens are attached to the perianth. So these are called epiphyllous. But these symbols are not mentioned in the NCERT book. Epiphyllous. Epiphyllous. The next, gynoecium. Total number of carpels are 3 carpels, tricarpellary, fused with one another, bract, then ovary, superior ovary. So it is a floral formula of Liliaceae. The next discuss about economic importance of this family, and some species of these members are used as a food sources. For example, onion, its binomial is Allium cepa. In Allium cepa, which is a edible portion, fleshy leaves are edible. Fleshy leaves are edible. Garlic, Allium sativa. It is a binomial name of garlic. It is a edible portion. The bulb is a edible. Bulb, it is a edible portions. Asparagus, that is a fasciculated root. Fasciculated root. It is an adventitious root modification. The root become thick and fleshy due to the storage of food material. It is rich in starch. So these are the food planted from Liliaceae. One is onion, another one is garlic, third one is asparagus. Onion, Allium cepa, not simple. Allium cepa, garlic, Allium sativum, asparagus species, fasciculated root. And some species of these members are used as a medicinal value. The first one is Smilax xylanica. In this plant, the extraction of root which yield a drug that is used for purification of blood to treat leprosy, skin disease, and also used for the treatment of piles. So, which morphological parts are used as a medicinal value? Root portions. Extraction of root of these plants Smilax xylanica. It is used for purification of blood. The drug obtained from the root of these plants, purification of blood to treat leprosy and piles. Another plant for Allium sativum, it's a binomial name of garlic, wood. That is a betterment for heart diseases, to treat heart diseases, and also to treat rheumatism, swelling in the joint, rheumatisms. So Allium sativum. And the third medicine plant, aloe vera. It's the entire plant except root system. The entire shoots are which is used for treat skin diseases and also to treat constipations. These are the medicinal values of some plants which is belongs to Liliaceae. Second, Smilax xylanica, Allium sativum, aloe vera. These are the plants. Then next last, ornamental plant. Some of the members of Liliaceae, they are growing in the garden because of their attractive flowers and leaves, their beauty. That is why they are excessively growing in the garden. First one is glory lily. It is a binomial of, it is a common name of Gloriosa superba, Singanta mother. It's a state flower. The flowers are attractive colors. So that is it's used as a ornamental plant. Commonly called glory lily. What's the binomial name? Gloriosa superba. Another one is tulip flower, tulips, bell-shaped flower, tulips. The petals, flowers are highly attractive. That belongs to Liliaceae members. Its binomial is Tulipa gesneriana. Tulipa gesneriana. Another one is lily, allimada. Lily. Its binomial is Lilium bulbiferum. It is also ornamental plant. Then mother-in-law tongue. It is a plant. Mother-in-law tongue. Its binomial is Sensivera trifasciata. The leaves are highly attractive. In mother-in-law tongue, the plants actually it's a potted plant. Leaves are thick green, highly attractive. That is why it is used as a ornamental plant. Its binomial name is Sensivera trifasciata. So these are the plants which is belongs to Liliaceae. They are growing in the garden. One is glory lily, common name. Binomial name is Gloriosa superba. Second one is tulips, flower tulip. Its binomial is Tulipa gesneriana. Gesneriana. And third word is lily. Its binomial is Lilium bulbifer. Then mother-in-law type plant. Leaves are highly attractive. Leaves. Its binomial is Sensibira trifasciata. So according to NCERT syllabus, the three families are over. Two dicot family, one is Fabaceae and one is Solanaceae. Only one monocot family and Liliaceae. Some expected questions also there here, and you have to go through the videos until you understand. You may easily understand. Okay, thank you.